Hello world! Today we're working on a 99 Passat. This is the 2.8 V6. This will apply from 97 up until 2006 if I remember correctly. Let's see. Alright, so we're gonna jack up the vehicle. Now make sure you put jack stands because I know some people don't do that and that can be a safety hazard. So once you have your jack stands on there, we can move that out of the way. As you can see, we have a puddle down on the floor, which means the pan is leaking, the pan is cracked, or some other thing going on. Now I'm gonna go ahead and remove this drain plug. It is a just kidding. It is a 19 millimeter. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get as much oil out as possible. Now there isn't much in there, but you know, when I take off the pan, it's a lot easier. So this is a 12 millimeter. We're gonna have to remove these nuts because we're gonna have to move the sway bar. So there's two here and two on the left side. Now I'm gonna go ahead and remove this little bracket, get that out of the way that holds the bushing. Here we go again, two nuts there. Get those out of the way. And then we're gonna lower our subframe. And right now I'll show you why we need to do this. So see right there, there's some 10 millimeter bolts back here, and so this sway bar is in the way. So see, if I take that out, we have some space to get those guys out. It's not hard, and this is why we're replacing it. Right there, there's a crack, and so it's been leaking oil. Typically what I see with these vehicles, people go over dips, bumps, or something, and it scrapes the pan and messes it up, and then I have to go out and replace it. Not that it bothers me, the more the merrier. Now you want to remove that little bracket. Now we're gonna start by taking off these bolts. There are quite a few, so you might have to count them as I'm going through the video, because I sure didn't count, so I have no idea. But we can take a guess together. I estimate, I don't know, 16, 17. There's 3 on the side, and 7 or 6 going on the, I don't know. Forgive me. So I usually leave 2 bolts on. There's 1. Here's the last one. And now I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to tilt it so that the oil doesn't get all over the place, and it just goes straight onto the pan, and there we go. Sorry, the drain pan. So it goes on the drain pan and not all over me or the floor. Now you want to clean the mating surface up as much as possible. If there is any sort of gasket material, not that there should be, but if there is any sort of gasket material left, you want to scrape that off with a plastic blade or a regular razor blade without going too deep into the aluminum. Alright, so this part is the interesting part. Everybody does this differently. Applying this silicone RTV, whatever you want to call it. I try to leave a straight bead. It is a little bit difficult. People like to put it on this way and smear it and all this other stuff. I typically like to leave a bead and then let pressure do its work as far as on the flat surface. So if we're if we're applying pressure evenly, which is a little bit difficult as well, then it should evenly spread. Well, like I said, I am definitely not an engineer, so I will do this so that the outer edge is covered. So you're welcome to apply the silicone however way you feel. Just don't put too much, because it can get in and clog up the pickup tube, and then you'll have some other issues. I've done it like this forever and it has yet to be an issue, so to each its own. Now I'm going to go ahead and put 2 of those bolts in. I usually do it diagonally and then I start just putting them all over. This is a pretty straightforward job. Drain the oil, get the pan off without making a mess, hopefully. And I totally skipped removing the sway bar, but yeah, you don't have to remove. It's not removing it all the way. It's just moving the brackets that hold the bushings in place, just so we can have access. All right, now we've put all those guys in there. Or sorry, I missed a few. Oh, I'm rushing over here. What's going on? Alright, let's get those guys on there. Come on, fingers, let's move it. And another one. And another one. Is anybody keeping count? Because I sure did not keep count. All I know is they all ended up going in the hole. One thing I should have mentioned when we started putting these guys in, you do want to hand thread them on first. You never want to have any sort of power tool and then just try to go straight through. I've seen people do this and then we get messed up threads and then we have more problems. So after you've started it by hand, then you can go ahead and use your air tool, power tool, or whatever you use. Please note, no bolts were damaged in the making of this video. I only say that because I'm used to the stubby impact, so I know where it performs in its ranges. So I'm gonna forward this a little bit and then yeah, this is just everybody watching bolts getting tightened. Hey, if this video was useful in any way or form, please make sure to hit that like button. Thanks! Alright, so now that we have the oil pan bolted down, we're gonna go ahead and put the sway bar back on. So right now I'm just gonna show one side as I do both sides alternately as I do both sides. Jeez. Together. So while you're seeing this passenger side, I'm looking at the driver's side. We're gonna go ahead and get that in there. Once we have that tightened down, that's pretty much it. Now you want to let the pan sit for about 20-30 minutes before you put any oil and start the vehicle. Obviously now is a good time to also change that oil filter. But yeah, that's it.